So, I haven't uploaded a video in 4 months. And that's because I didn't want to. Here's the thing. I got bored with YouTube, and therefore I did not want to make a video. I cannot speak. I hate this. Basically, over this past spring semester, I've discovered new hobbies. I've discovered new things that I'm interested in. So because I have discovered new things that I'm interested in, like music, which I've been working a lot on and learning a lot about, I had to let YouTube kind of sit in the background and wait out her turn. And I also kind of had to just give myself distance and a break because I felt like YouTube was becoming too easy for me. So in coming back to this YouTube thing, I want to refocus my sort of mission statement for my YouTube channel. I do want to continue to let myself explore different avenues of things that I like to do and new things that I never considered, obviously. But at the same time, I've been doing YouTube for so many years now that I feel like I need to push myself more out of my comfort zone than I have been in order to like learn more about it. So here's the thing. Got tilt. So here's the thing. The internet is shifting. And YouTube especially is shifting. And I think everybody is aware of this. Everybody knows this. Everyone's been commenting on it for 6 years. Ever since I started my channel back in 2014? I think it was 2014. Back when I started my channel in 2014, people were still talking about how much YouTube has changed. And since 2014, it has definitely changed even more. 2019 YouTube is a scary place. But I want to verify going into this new YouTube era for myself that I don't shift with it. I don't think I ever have shifted with YouTube. I think that I've always been so conscious of what I'm trying to do with my videos. I never have felt like I've been trying to fit in with trends. Obviously, I know my style of videos are kind of a niche at this point anyways. It's not mainstream YouTube at all. Like, I don't make prank videos or ASMR or anything like that. I kind of wish that I made ASMR. But in terms of seeing where I am in relation to mainstream YouTube, I think that it's valuable, but I also want to make sure that I distance myself from that because I think the main thing that a lot of people have a problem with when it comes to YouTube nowadays is the lack of community that it feels like YouTube has. I think there are so many people that use YouTube now. So because YouTube has such a broad range of just people, like millions, probably billions of people that watch YouTube, there's a necessity to make smaller communities within YouTube because YouTube's become its own world. Like, YouTube is not just a community anymore. It's a huge platform. If you want communities, you have to think on a smaller scale than all of YouTube. I don't even think that I was on YouTube when YouTube was YouTube that everyone is talking about. I don't think I even knew YouTube existed. GodTube. Anyone remember GodTube? Didn't even know that was a spin-off of YouTube. When it comes to these smaller communities on YouTube, I think there's something really valuable there, and I think there's something that needs to be preserved. There's almost something detrimental to community when all small channels want to do is grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Because I think when you hit that multi-million subscriber mark, there's a little bit of a sense of community that starts to dissolve at some point. And I don't know what exact number it starts to dissolve. I think it's far past 1 million. I think 1 million you can easily have a community within your channel. Anyways, yeah, so I think these small communities need to be preserved. And so I think there's something valuable in not necessarily wanting your channel to grow to a huge astronomical number, but just wanting a strong community, wanting to create and curate and nurture this community. And I think that's super valuable and it's super interesting. My eye is itching. I think it's super interesting when YouTubers do that, and I think it's clear when YouTubers do that. John and Hank Green are a huge example of this kind of community that I really love. I love being a part of it, and I've just been so inspired by them lately. I want to grab whatever sort of magical community powder they have. It sounds like a euphemism for drugs, but it's not. And I want to like sprinkle that fairy dust all over my channel because I really I love how genuine they are, but I also love how thoughtful their videos are and how purposeful they are. And I think in the past I've been scared to approach topics that could be argued against. In English major terms, I was avoiding forming a thesis. I did not have a strong thesis for my paper that is my YouTube channel. Nobody could argue against my thesis because it was so vague and so open-ended. Here I am trying to form a thesis. I'm kind of sick of being lukewarm on YouTube. I think there is a sense on YouTube where some people are a little too temperature extreme, if you know what I'm saying. It'd be good if some people were a little more lukewarm. I think there are a lot of important issues, and I feel like I've gathered my own tiny little community here on my channel, but I feel like I have a voice and I'm not respecting my own voice. I just want to curate my channel more, and I want to try and purposely contribute to these smaller communities on YouTube, or just my own smaller community. I just want to purposefully make things. I think there is an aspect in my older videos where I kind of abandoned, for lack of a better term, my intellectual side. Like I said, I just never wanted to say anything that people could argue with. Thoughts should be provoked, you know what I mean? And I love doing that in real life. I love talking about issues with people and hearing different sides of an issue. So I feel like I want to incorporate that more into my channel. I've focused a lot on my aesthetically pleasing side, but I've kind of abandoned my intellectual side in the process. So I feel like I want to try to marry those two things together and not be afraid to talk about things that are a little bit more challenging to talk about, because I feel like I should allow myself to grow by trying to do that. I don't think I give myself enough credit. I think I'm a smart person, and I think I deserve to talk about things that I might not be an expert on, but like, you don't need to be an expert to talk about things on the internet, as we're all aware. Okay, you don't need to be an expert to have a YouTube channel with millions and millions of subscribers. Overall, I want to thoughtfully and purposefully create videos on YouTube. Even making this video right now feels so good, because I know that there are people that will watch this video, and I know that there are people that will listen. And I built this little tiny audience of almost 2,000 people that I'm so grateful for, and I feel like I'm starting a new YouTube channel. Between January, when I uploaded my last video, and now, I feel like I've just grown a lot as a person in a weird way. I like books, I like music. I never talk about either of those, so I want to try to be involved more in communities and topics that I'm really actually currently passionate about and that I love learning about. This is scary but fun. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I filmed this at 6:37 p.m., 7 p.m. when it was getting dark outside, because I had to let my batteries charge because they died in my camera for not being used for 4 months. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Bye. I just went straight into making a thumbnail. Okay, bye.